Hi, intrepid viewers. I'm doing this quick video for you because in about half an hour, I'm off to the airport and I'm going to Sydney. So that is the city that has been very badly flooded recently, but don't worry, where I'm going isn't affected by the floods. But we'll get to that in a moment. In the meantime, thanks for all your questions. And I'm going to try and work through them in the next few videos. So my first question is going to be about the Green New Deal, right? And AOC has brought it to the table, but looking at these floods, we're told they're the worst in a century. The fires we had last year were the worst in a century. Do we see a pattern here, intrepid viewers? So we've got to look at what's happening globally. So good luck with the Green New Deal, but let's see what the cards have to say. Really, it's a concept, isn't it, that everyone should be looking at. Green New Deal. Okay. This is my old camera because I realised when I got my new one finally going, the last thing an old YouTuber needs is a better camera. So I had to go back to this one. So I'm going to be just having a look here. Will the Green New Deal be adopted in one version or another in our lifetimes? Okay, let's go. So let us see. At the heart of this and just about every other issue we ever discuss is money. But what I want to also point out with the Ten of Pentacles is it's intergenerational. So this issue, more than any other, impacts on all generations. We've got to get it right. You know, it's hanging over us. It also is speaking to dynastic money and big money and corporate money and everything about money. So past attitudes, it'll be all right. Or as we say in Australia, no worries. Here's the Strength card. There were plenty of fossil fuels to go around. What's the problem? The earth's strong. It can absorb all this abuse and extraction. Everything was fine. That's what the Industrial Revolution was built on. So it was the line at work, if you like. Past actions, the impulsive night. This is the unthinking night. Doesn't care. Just going into the headwinds, galloping at full tilt, convinced that everything's all right. So this is in the past, right? Past attitudes, past actions. What's over the issue now is we need to get to a better place. And again, I stress viewers, sorry about my huge thumb. This is for all of us. Could be symbolic of rising waters, generally speaking. We have to move to a safer place. And I think the whole Texan experience is very interesting, how money has always won out. And this whole idea of just keep digging it up, you know, it'll be all right, it'll be all right. No, it's not all right. We have to move to a better place. The advice, the Moon card. It's always hard. I think it's one of the hardest cards for students to get their head around because I could think of 37 interpretations of the moon card without blinking. Most readers could. In this case, as advice, it's turning to the intuitive, tuning in to the feminine and listening to our inner selves is massively important. But it's going to be hard to hear that advice for a lot of people because things are so obscure with the moon card. You've also got in the Rider-Waite deck, moon and the sun. It's like a lunar eclipse. It's like a really critical turning point, but it's also a power point. PowerPoint. This is definitely a watershed moment in history for the impulsive knight versus the intuitive need to go in another direction altogether. I like this as the final card, the full new beginnings. It also has the implication of being foolish. However, on a higher level, it's the most evolved card in the entire deck. This is trusting the universe and moving forward with a brand new beginning. And it also speaks to young people being the key. It's like when you're young, you don't know what you don't know, but you also don't know what you can't do, and therefore you can do amazing things. So we all need to embrace, every single country needs to embrace a version of the Green New Deal. Interesting what happened in Texas for lots of reasons too, and I so feel for individual people and families who have been stuck with those terrible bills. But things, you know, have to be dramatic for people to take notice, if only it didn't have to be so. But there we go. Now, I've got so many questions from you guys. I've written down as many as I can, and I will be working through them. But there were quite a few requests for Jill Biden. And as we know, the First Lady can be so important, and Michelle Obama set a high water mark. And then, of course, Melania. Bless. Who can forget the jacket? I really don't care, do you? The only true words spoken during the entire administration. So let's have a quick look at Jill Biden. Dr. Jill Biden. As someone with a doctor in front of my name too, when I go on planes, I never put it because I don't want someone to fall to the floor with a heart attack or something and them say, would Dr. Rodriguez please come forward? I'm a doctor of sociology. So here we go with Dr. Jill Biden. New leader. The Fool card turns up again. Oh, what lovely cards. Totally lovely cards. This is the card of victory. This is Joe's extraordinary win in the adversity that is his life, but also the American political landscape. And she is there. She has his back, but I also think she inspires him in terms of leadership. Many things will change under her watch, and they will also have to deal with many things. You know, this is the Eight of Wands. Things coming at you, you know. So, new beginnings again. So she is going to create over her tenure as FLOTUS, isn't it the weirdest term ever? As FLOTUS, she's going to break new ground too. She's smart, she's compassionate. It's so refreshing. Knight of Cups. I get Joe Biden as the King of Cups in my readings. And Knight of Cups, like she's by his side. And it's a gorgeous card in that sense. She's going to bring an emotional sort of maturity and kindness to what can be, you know, a very ugly terrain, you know. So, only good cards for Jill Biden. And so, just quickly, one more. Speaking of wives of, Elaine Chao, I was surprised there were a lot of questions about Elaine Chao. Now, investigative journalists have looked into her financial dealings along with hubby Mitch McConnell. But what's happened or what's happening? Elaine Chao, will she be in a legally compromised position or will she get away? We'll see. Elaine Chao. Here we go. Queen of Swords should be, oh, and Justice. And the Page of Swords. Group work. Don't like that here. Don't like that here. All right, so these two swords, oh, sorry, these two cards, the Queen of Swords, it always brings a legal element to the table as well as communication, followed by the Justice card. And I thought, ooh, yippee, yippee-yahoo, you know, justice coming down. There are certain people within the legal world who have their sword raised in relation to this, would like to see something happen, but I think she will be protected by the old guard. I think already one of her cases, and if you scratch the surface, I'm sure there'd be a few, didn't go anywhere under the bar DOJ. And until that house is cleaned out, I think she's going to get away with it, I have to say. But justice is here, but whether it's enough to offset that or whether they'll be going for other fish, you know, once she's out of the picture. Well, my darlings, the next time you hear from me will be from Bondi Beach, where I go when I'm in Sydney. Not because I'm a beach bunny, look at this skin, but it's where a lot of people I know and love live. And I will see you very, very soon. So stay cool, stay calm, and I'll catch you on the other side. Bye for now. Ciao, ciao.